Nick, good morning. Welcome to the Money Clinic. How are you keeping?
Very well, Conor. How are you?
Yeah, all good. I was listening to the Financial Times podcast this morning, and it would appear in the last 48 hours we have seen an increase in the figures on the inflation rate. Apparently, is sitting at over 4%. Apparently, there hasn't been a rise since that for that amount since 2008. Are you seeing any, what's your view on the markets this week with the inflationary concerns and the output coming out of the States?
Well, it's been a really strange week, Conor. I mean, on Monday, right? So we're into the fourth day of the week so far. So on Monday, the market traded, or the US markets, the Dow Jones traded at another record high. So it was above 35,000 on Monday, and then since that point, since it touched off at that level, it's been sold off. Now, not overly aggressively, not like we've seen some of the cryptocurrencies move over the last number of weeks, but it's been sold off, and it's been sold off every single day, and it's been sold off again this morning. So there is definitely a concern over inflation. 4.2% yesterday, described as running hot, and a worry that the Fed and the monetary policy will have to change in the near term in the US, and that's got the markets worried. So that's why we've seen this sell-off. And as I said, it's continuing this morning. Some jobless claims numbers out again at lunchtime today in the US, and whether that's going to steady the market, I don't know. It's we've been saying for the last couple of weeks, it's a good time to start unwinding some of your portfolio. I've been doing a little bit of that. Didn't get rid of everything, but got rid of enough of it to be happy.
I suppose the observation for me is that you've the huge stimulus program, the MMT stuff's going on with Bidenomics. $3 trillion has been out there. There's a political undertone to all of this always, because the Republicans are always looking for a stick to beat Biden with. They've sort of got that stick this week. But one of the chaps that I follow on Twitter, I'm actually going to have him on the podcast in the next couple of weeks, Dario Perkins. He's brilliant. But his view on the US inflation story is, number one, base effects. Number two, one-off reopening price rises. Three, global supply bottlenecks. And what he's basically saying is it's all totally forecastable. It's mostly transitionary and nothing to do with the money supply, right? So, I am seeing the political tone coming forward that, there's too much money in the system that's leading to inflation. People like Dario are saying, well, not really, because this was all going to happen. It's not really related to the money supply. What's your view on the political element to monetary policy right now? Where's that at, and how's it going to affect the markets?
Well, there's always a political side to this, but Biden's in control. So there is supposed to be a division between the Fed and the government. So it really is Fed policy. You've got Yellen there, you've got Powell there. They're both quite dovish. I don't see that there's going to be too much of a continuation to this sell-off. They're going to be, they're going to be quite accommodative. There's no doubt about that. But there are, no road is direct. There's going to be twists and turns. And I think I posted on one of my market comments earlier this week. I went to a car dealership with my wife this week to have a look at a car, and they don't have any cars. And the reason is that there's no semiconductors, so they can't produce the car. So this is a car dealership in Galway that doesn't have any cars to show you because of supply issues. So I think, supply is a big part of it.
So that supply chain effect, I am hearing that across different sectors as well. Yeah. And you're hearing that as a tangible excuse for a car yard in Galway not having cars to sell.
Absolutely. I went into a Jaguar dealership. They do not have one Jaguar car on the forecourt because they do not have them. There are 3 in the country. They're all in Limerick. So if you want to test drive, you have to go to Limerick to test drive. It's absolutely absurd, Conor. Absolutely absurd. If I wasn't listening to the guy tell me this, I would not have believed it. But I was there.
Brilliant. Listen, what about Bitcoin and crypto? I see the Irish MD of Goldman Sachs left his job this week. He put some money into Dogecoin, which is really a piss take crypto. This guy's in $2 million a year. Apparently, he invested some money in this piss take crypto, and now he's made millions, and he's left his job in Goldman's. I see Mr. Musk was at his work last night. he came out last night to say he's very concerned about the use of fossil fuels in the mining of Bitcoin. Apparently 75% of the mining of Bitcoin is done in China, and that has powered the electricity with fossil fuels, coal. And then the impact, if you can share the slide with us, when Mr. Musk tweets, the market reacts. I just think this is all really interesting, fascinating stuff.
Yeah, well, look, this chart, hopefully you can see that there. This chart's just from the last 12 hours, Conor. So you see the tweet. So Bitcoin was trading about 53,000 yesterday. It was off in line with the rest of the markets yesterday. But then you see the tweet there from Elon Musk. Tesla now not accepting Bitcoin as a currency in order to buy a car, and some other things about the fossil fuels as well. And you see the market collapse there down to about, I think it went as low as $45,000. So $7,000 wiped off of Bitcoin in seconds. And then we've seen a little bit of a recovery back up to 50,000 or 50,500.
So we talk about a lot of these kinds of things over the last number of months in the Money Clinic, but with one tweet from Elon Musk that the price of Bitcoin fell 12 or 13% within seconds.
Absolute seconds, yeah. And like, we've been used to Donald Trump tweeting over the last number of years, and, people do worry about it, but a stock market's not going to fall that sort of level unless somebody's declared war on somebody else. So, trading it, investing in it, I still believe that it's very, very difficult. And this dodgy coin or Doge coin or doggy coin, whatever they want to call it, is another one for me. I appreciate I'm showing my age, but this is another one. It was 60. This is a 1 week chart, so it was 60 cents on May the 8th. It's 30 cents today. And if that guy from Goldman Sachs was a millionaire, it's been halved already this week. So hopefully he managed to sell some of it. But when you look at this particular cryptocurrency, it's not really listed on exchanges. It's, at 36 cents, me and you could hold it for a couple of days and not worry about it. But I don't know. I don't get that one at all. But Bitcoin there, it's still moving around quite aggressively.
Well, if there was a crypto coin that you would be maybe swerving, the name gives it away. Doge coin is a perfect mistake. But listen, just in 90 seconds, I see the Republic of Ireland are sort of very slowly starting to open up. What's the sense in the Republic of Ireland at the minute? I'm hearing very negative news and feedback and energy from a lot of the guys I know down there. It's just dead slow and stop. What's your sense? Is things starting to open?
Yeah, well, obviously, I'm only looking around Galway. There's there's a bit more activity, but it is really, really slow. I think yesterday was one of the first times I've been in town for a while, but it's going to be tough. People need money. It's, I think we've mentioned it before. The big multinationals are going to do well, but the shop street is deserted. Shops that were there before the pandemic are no longer there. Some of them have changed into coffee shops. Like there are more coffee shops per capita in Galway than there's ever been in the past. It's bizarre.
I think most of the advisors and professional teams and people that I've been speaking to in the last number of weeks has said that the pain has yet to come. There's a sense of for me, a financial mirage going on at the moment. A sense of it just doesn't stack up, and the pain is to come. It's going to play out in a few months.
Yeah, no, look, I'd agree. I think there's going to be this initial euphoria over, yes, we can open up again, and then there's not really going to be the traffic, there's not going to be the footfall, and people are going to be looking forward to a fairly bleak winter again, unfortunately.
Well, on that positive note, we will catch you next week. Thanks, mate. Have a good day.
All right, take care.